30 years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. That autoimmune disease involved my white cells. My body believed that it had a massive infection and that those white cells were there to destroy that infection. The trouble was, I didn't have that infection. So my body was actually using the white cells to destroy itself. The worst place to be impacted was my upper lungs. And as you know, your lungs are supposed to expand. Mine don't, or rather didn't. They had no flexibility at all. Which meant that to breathe was hard work. Even getting sufficient breath in to walk up a flight of stairs, up a hill, carrying stuff, or going from one platform to another to get a train was a problem. And for 1.5 years, that's what I had to do. I travelled into London. I had to change from one platform to another before I finalised my journey. And that involved a 20-step down from the platform to the underpass, under the platform, and up the other side, 20 steps. If you cannot breathe, that's a massive challenge. And no, there were no lifts. And I had 3 minutes to do that. Trying to get myself calm enough to manage it was a challenge, especially when it first happened. When I first realised that actually walking downstairs was bad enough, not panicking, thinking, I've got this time, I've got to get to the other platform in these 3 minutes. So I was automatically doing a flight and fight stress overload. So I was fearful of falling down those stairs. Under the platform wasn't too bad, although I couldn't walk massively fast, even though everyone around me was charging about. And then getting up the other steps, holding onto the railing to ensure that I didn't fall, because at times I really thought that I was either going to die or faint, and the consequences of fainting was as bad as dying as far as I was concerned. It was something I wouldn't ever suggest to anyone to have to experience, let alone experience it. But that's what I had to do for 1.5 years. And even getting onto that platform and across to the train was a challenge. And there was a gap between the platform and the train itself. So I had to always reach across and pull myself in, basically, fearful that I would fall down that gap. And then once on the train, it was trying to get near the window. As I'm sure you can imagine, when you cannot breathe, getting on a hot, stuffy train is not the best place to be. You want fresh oxygen, you want fresh air. So I would always try and get as near as possible to a window. It wasn't pleasant. And even now, I can still remember the horror of having to do that for 5 days a week for 1.5 years. Which is why I developed the exercise I'm now sharing and offering to you if you experience panic attacks, overwhelm, high-level stress or anxiety. It's something I had to learn to utilise to bring myself to that place where I could do that walk, do that transfer, do the work I had to do, walk up the stairs. It's 15 minutes long. It doesn't involve visualisation. And if you're feeling at work that everything's getting on top of you and you can sense your body is then starting to react, you can listen to it. But if you use it often enough initially, you will know what to do without needing to listen to it. It's that simple to use. And all it is doing is taking you away from believing you can't breathe into a place where you know you can. It's as simple as that. To purchase the recording, simply follow the link below, put your details in, and it's available to you. You can download it, you can have it on your phone, and you can access it anytime you need to. The benefits are phenomenal when you know that you can take back control of your life and not be worrying when's the next attack going to happen. What's going to happen if this happens when you're with your boss or you're with somebody who isn't able to help you, like a child or an elderly parent, or you're traveling and you suddenly find yourself reacting and feeling that you're not in control, that your breathing is a bit haywire. You can utilize it then. I'm Karen Bashford, and I'm known as the Manifesting Lady, and I help bring back the control into your life where you feel you are capable of living the life you want because you've become you and not your beliefs, not your physical reactions. I'd love to hear what you benefit from the recording, and as a client, I'm happy to answer questions you may have. You can respond to the emails that will be follow up to the purchase, but I promise you I'm not going to spam you. But do listen and make the most of the recordings so that you can reduce that sense of not being in control of your life. Thank you for watching.